Hello, people, and welcome to Mitch Madness. This is episode 1 of the design and build of my Barndominium car shop and music studio. Watch for other videos of more cool stuff in the future, but you'll only hear about them if you, that's right, like and subscribe. The cool thing about this Barndo series is that you'll be able to see this project from conception to reality. I also encourage folks to comment with any ideas you might have or to offer any constructive criticism about my design ideas. How cool would it be for guys to watch this project grow right from day one up until move-in day and beyond? At this time, I'm living in Connecticut, but I retire in less than a year, and I'm currently searching for property in Tennessee, within an hour or so of Nashville, hopefully. My plan is for a large shop and a small, minimalistic residence. There are a lot of Barndominiums out there that are quite opulent, and while they're really nice, that type of a deal is not for me. The initial plan is for a 50 by 70 pole barn with a 50 by 25 residence and a 50 by 45 car shop. The first thing I did was spent a long time looking for a home design program that suits my needs and wouldn't take 100 hours to learn how to use. I gave SketchUp the college try probably 3 times before giving up on it since it was obviously not going to cooperate with me. In the end, I ended up circling right back to SketchUp. Yes, I said circling back, mainly because you have the ability to download anything you could think of from their 3D warehouse to add to your plan, and this was very important to me for determining how much space I would need for all of my present and future stuff. All right, let's get into it. The first thing you're seeing is what I refer to as the worst-case scenario. This is the most vehicles that will be crammed into the shop. My 1970 Duster 340, a vehicle on the lift, my 79 Dodge van, a Gator or quad or tractor, which I don't have and might not need, and a 38-foot Super C motorhome. The biggest unanswered question is the motorhome. It's likely I will buy one, but I don't know if it will be this big. Also, I have no intention of it being kept in the shop all the time, but it would be nice to be able to shoehorn it in there if I need to work on it. I've also allowed enough room to be able to deploy slide-outs on both sides of the motorhome so that I can live in it inside the garage comfortably after the basic structure is built while building out the rest of the project. This also affects the overall size of the building, since to house the motorhome will require probably a 14-foot roof truss clearance and a 14-foot overhead door. Seems like a good plan for future-proofing and resale value, though. The plan you are seeing has 14-foot walls and a 14-foot door, so I know these dimensions might need to be modified. I'm thinking now that 16-foot walls with a 14-foot door would work good, not only for the big motorhome, but would allow enough headroom for the construction of a second floor or loft if I ever decided to. The first thing I'll do is remove the motorhome, and you can see already how much more breathing room that gives me. Another cool thing about SketchUp is that you can hide and then unhide items as you need to, rather than having to do a million save ases for each change that you make. Next, I'm going to hide the Duster and the truck on the lift so we can zoom in closer on the workspace. We have a tool cart on the floor, and between the doors is a hydraulic press and my welder. Garden tools are between the other doors. Moving to the front corner is the oxyacetylene torch, which I don't have yet and is way bigger than any one I would buy. I have a mop sink installed in the corner, so that'll be a good place to install a hose bib on the outside of the shop also. There's a tranny jack, an oil drain pan on a stick that I had to create myself. That's why the drain pan is so small. A Harbor Freight parts cleaning tank, and a rack of small parts bins. Oh, and there's some guy standing there who must be from a blue state because he's been wearing a mask for so long his face actually disappeared. Moving along the side wall towards the back are the workbenches, toolbox, stool, garbage can, and drill press. The back corner will be the mechanical room, which will also have a shower, toilet, washer and dryer, and slop sink. I have no idea at this point what type of HVAC systems I'll be using, so I just dropped these in there for now. Cool how you can zoom in to see that this is a Wheel McLean boiler. Nothing else to see along the back wall, which will be a fire-rated wall as required by code to separate the garage from the residence. Since the living quarters is not planned out yet, I don't know where the man door is going to be. I've got some exercise equipment in the other corner. I had hoped to use that area as sort of a mini man cave with a couch and a TV and a beer fridge, stuff like that. But it doesn't look like I'll have room for it at this point. I also thought it would be real cool to install a roll-up or a sliding fire door there so that I could open the shop up to the residents. Next is storage shelves, lots of them. I'll build only enough of those to handle what I need, and I'm hoping it will be less than that. I can also go high on those to save some floor space, and as I look at this now, I realize that I also have to make room for the windows, so this will require a redesign. Finally, there's a flammable liquid storage cabinet and my power washer and lawnmower. That's it for episode 1. Thanks for watching, and all comments are encouraged. Remember, please, to like and subscribe to stay up to date on this project. See y'all later.